Hi there, welcome back to Nikki Does. I'm Nikki, and today I'm going to do a quick video on how to set up your NETGEAR certificate so that you can access a NETGEAR managed switch without the annoying SSL warning that you get if you don't have some sort of certificate for your SSL backend. The reason for this video is because NETGEAR has done an absolutely horrendous job of documenting how you have to put your certificates together, the various certificates files to make this work. There are numerous articles around the internet on NETGEAR support, on Reddit, everywhere else, and people trying to give you the idea of how to get this done because there is zero guidance from NETGEAR. And that includes, I guess, internally in NETGEAR support, because a number of people have said that they don't have good support from the NETGEAR support group. So that's baffling. I don't know. You'd think it would take them 15 minutes to write an article on it and post it and solve a bunch of problems, but run NETGEAR. So with that, let's get into it. The first thing I want to show is how the end functions, how awesome it is. Here you see my lock. And my lock says it is verified by a certificate issuer that is not recognized by Mozilla. And that is because I have an internal domain called demarco.home.arpa. And if we look at that certificate, it is actually just fine. I don't know that I can show this if nope, that window won't show up. But I have a website with this domain as the subject of the certificate, and it's verified by DeMarco Home, which is my certificate authority within the firewall. So here you can see the DeMarco Home internal certificate authority within pfSense, which is what I'm using for both my firewall and certificate management. And then if we look at certificates, there is going to be if we search core, there will be a core switch certificate, which is issued by the DeMarco Home internal certificate authority. All of this, by the way, is outside of the scope of this video. It's just a little bit of background. And then I'm using the Firefox browser. So you have to import this root certificate from this authority, which you would get from downloading this certificate authority cert right here. You would import that into Firefox, and then that would be trusted. The certificate authority is not something you have to worry about showing. I could show this right now, and that'd be no big deal. The key is another story. You don't want to export or share the key with anybody. So if certificates are new to you, I suggest you go browse around and look at some other videos. There's a lot of great stuff on Lawrence Systems by Tom over at Lawrence Systems for pfSense and certificates, and frankly, all of this. So what are we doing first? The problem is once we've created that certificate, which again is here under core, and we need to download both the certificate and its key. Problem occurs because these certificates will be formatted in X509 format, and the key will be formatted in RSA format. So that's useful for lots and lots of stuff. Unfortunately, it's not useful for NETGEAR's M4300 and similar switches. I think this works on most NETGEAR switches, by the way. So I've already downloaded those, and well, back to this. Here I am, and I use Bitwarden, so now I can really just go to Bitwarden. I can say core switch. I can say, let's go here. It opens the window, and it automatically presents me with a login. I can say login here with the admin username, and suddenly I'm right here in my switch system. And I don't think there's anything here that's secret that I need to blur out. I mean, yay, I've got some internal IPs here and so on. So yeah, and then you don't have to deal with all the stuff if you didn't have that kind of certificate set up, and it's kind of handy. So what's the next step? After lots and lots of research, I found how you have to format these. If we go back to the NETGEAR, let's go back to that, and let's look at the, let's try that again. core. Oh, I see what I'm doing. All right. This is my first time ever doing this. Let's see. Core, thanks for bearing with me. Let's see here. Here we go. Sign in this way. I rehearsed this a little bit, but not in huge detail. So bear with me in typical Nikki Does fashion. I just want to get the information out to you. All right, we go to security and we go to access. So pretty typical again for most NETGEAR switch OSs. This is M4300. We're going to go to the HTTPS config and you can see the obvious certificate management. I have a certificate present currently. And believe it or not, you download certificates to the switch. You don't upload them to the switch, you download them to the switch. It's reversed from the terminology for virtually every other web appliance I know, but that's what it is. So to download the certificate, you're going to need a trusted root, a server cert, and I think you need the Diffie-Hellman encryption parameter file. We'll show how to get that anyway. But the three you need are the trusted root, the server certificate, and one of the DH Diffie-Hellman parameters. And what they don't really tell you is what that server certificate has to be. So the trusted root, this name tells you pretty well, it's a trusted root certificate, and it's in PEM format. The other one is the server certificate, which also says it's in PEM format, and the DH parameters in PEM format also. So we're going to focus on the first two here. Now you can get these to the server using TFTP, SFTP, or secure copy. I happen to use TFTP because I have the, what is it called? The TFTP D64 on my Windows machine. However, if you want to use HTTP to get it here, you can apparently go to maintenance. I know it's weird, but you go to maintenance and you go to upgrade, which is also weird. And you go to file upgrade. And if you look here in the file upgrade, you can send this trusted root certificate and server certificate over this way too. So pretty bizarre. Well, that's not working so far. I have to go here. And here again, you'll see the trusted root certificate and stuff. And then you can browse to a file. So whatever way you want to get it up there, I think they all work about the same way. So I'm going to go back to security, back to access, back to HTTPS and certificate download, because I want to relate this SSL trusted root certificate to my little diagram here. So the SSL trusted root certificate, that one's easy. You need from pfSense your trusted root from your authority. So that would be this one. So you would do the normal thing to download that. And that's going to download in the X509 format. That's the little explosion looking seal star looking thing here. Then you're also going to want, while you're over here, you're going to want to download from your core server, from whatever your core switch, whatever your switch is named. And of course, you have to have the name exactly correct. So switch.demarco.home.arpa. You're going to download both the certificate and the RSA formatted key. And again, you're going to save those. So I've already done that, and they're sitting here in my terminal. And if I do and I've got this, this is a Ubuntu machine running in Windows subsystem for Linux. So it looks a little weird, but I've got this WinHome symbolic link that shows me all my Windows, like my Windows downloads and stuff. So I can download from Windows and it shows up in my Ubuntu machine. I'd prefer to use Ubuntu for this certificate conversion. I think you can do it in Windows if you have OpenSSL installed. So I have OpenSSL installed here. So let's look at the commands to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to convert the core switch cert here. So the command is OpenSSL The format it starts in is X509. The in file for me was coreswitch.crt. The out file is coreswitch.pem, and the out format is pem, of course. So if I press enter there, nothing really shows like it happened. Big deal. If I do a list, I'll see I have now a coreswitch.pem cert file there. So let's do the key next. And this one I'll type, it's open SSL, and it starts out in RSA format. And the in file, I named it, I think core switch key, nope. It started out as core switch.key. And we're going to do an out file of core switch key.pem because I want to remember. You see in there, I want to remember that, I want to know from the file format, file extension, that it's a PEM file. And this one, for whatever reason, it gives you a little note that says it's writing out an RSA key. So now we've got those two. And if we look here to get those two together, we have to concatenate them into one single PEM formatted SSL server cert. So that's pretty easy. We're going to cat, we're going to display them. And the first one we're going to do is the core switch.pem, and the second one we're going to do is the core switch key.pem. We're going to send those to core switch, and that one I think I call cert.pem. And I'm not going to show those, but that would be the two certs together, and they're simply text files that get put together. So that core switch cert.pem is the file that you're going to upload to, well, download, I guess, to your NETGEAR switch. You're going to do the same conversion, open SSL X509, and this one is, the in file is going to be core, this one is going to be the DeMarco Home, the DeMarco Home ca.cert. This is what I downloaded from pfSense. And the out file, that one is going to be DeMarco Home ca.pem, and the out form is going to be pem. So that was easy enough too. So now I've got those two files. The Diffie-Hellman parameters you can get from your pfSense firewall. You do have to SSH. I believe you have to SSH into it, and I'm not exactly sure if you need them, so you can try that on your own. Once you've got these two files, then you're going to do like I showed just a moment ago, where you go back to this NETGEAR, either certificate download using a TFTP server directly from your Ubuntu machine, or if you've got them available in something that you're going to get file browser access to, you can go over to maintenance, upgrade, and do the HTTP file upgrade. Once you do that, once you've installed those in there, then you come back over here to security access HTTPS, and you will see that you have a certificate present, yes. If you had a certificate present before, I suppose you could delete that. If you have some little gotchas, if you try to delete this and it won't let you delete this, which it won't let me right now, it's going to say because you have to disable HTTPS. Just like it says, you're going to go back to HTTPS configuration. You're going to disable this and apply it. Of course, you have to have a fallback here for that to work. And then you can go delete it. If it is deleted, then you can come back over here. You can enable HTTPS, apply it. And if you want to be super secure, you can come over here to HTTP once it works, and you have the lock icon without the red line through it. And you can then disable HTTP, which in my home network doesn't need to be disabled. So I'm not doing that. So I hope this has been helpful. Certainly should be easier than it is, but a little note would be really helpful from NETGEAR, but it isn't. So any case, let me know in the comment if it worked, or give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.